Look at these two cucumber beds. Same soil, same sunlight, same watering schedule. So why is one absolutely thriving and the other one struggling with yellow leaves and barely growing? I'll show you exactly what I did differently, and the fix costs less than $1. Here's what most gardeners don't realize. When cucumbers hit the flowering and fruiting stage, they become incredibly demanding on your soil. And the two biggest culprits behind stunted growth, flower drop, and blossom end rot, calcium deficiency, and a crash in beneficial soil microorganisms. You might be fertilizing regularly and still see these problems because your soil ecosystem just isn't keeping up with what the plant needs during this critical window. Barbara Damrosch talks about this in the Garden Primer. She emphasizes that during fruiting, plants aren't just hungry for NPK. They need a living, balanced soil to actually absorb and use what's there. And that's exactly where most of us are dropping the ball. So what's the fix I've been using? Diluted fresh milk. I know, sounds weird. But hear me out. Milk has been used by gardeners for decades as a natural soil supplement. It's a gentle source of calcium, and the proteins and sugars in it actually feed beneficial soil microbes. You're not just feeding the plant, you're feeding the soil. The ratio is simple. 100 milliliters of fresh milk to 1 liter of clean water. That's roughly 1/3 of a cup per quart if you're working in those measurements. This dilution is mild enough that it won't harm your root zone, but concentrated enough to make a real difference. Pour the milk slowly into the water, then stir thoroughly for about a minute or two. If you can, use rainwater or water that's been sitting out overnight. That removes chlorine, which can interfere with the microbial activity you're trying to support. Before you water, take a hand tool and gently loosen the top inch of soil around the base of your plant. Don't go deep. You're just breaking up surface crust to improve aeration and help the solution move down into the root zone more evenly. Be careful near the stem. You don't want to disturb any shallow feeder roots that are actively working. Next, pre-moisten the soil with plain water first. This is a step most people skip, but it matters. Dry soil will just suck the solution straight down before the roots can absorb it properly. Give it a couple of minutes to soak in. Then, apply your diluted milk solution directly to the soil around the base, not on the leaves. Each plant gets about 300 to 500 milliliters, depending on how big it is. Spread it around the root zone in a wide circle, rather than dumping it all in one spot. Best time to do this? Early morning or late afternoon. Avoid midday heat and don't apply right after heavy rain when the soil is already saturated. After consistent use, here's what I've noticed. Leaves come back to a deeper green, flowering becomes more stable, and fruit sets more consistently. That struggling bed I showed you at the start, this is what turned it around. Now, and this is important, this is a supplemental method. It works alongside your regular fertilization routine, not as a replacement. Think of it as a reset for your soil biology during that high-demand fruiting window. It's not magic. It's just giving your soil what it actually needs at the right time. If you've been dealing with yellow leaves, slow growth, or flowers dropping before they set fruit, try this before you spend money on more products. Sometimes the simplest things work best. Drop a comment below if you've used milk in your garden before, or let me know what results you get. And if you want more practical, no-fluff methods like this one, make sure you're subscribed. I've got a lot more coming. Good luck out there. Happy growing.